This video is sponsored by PassportBros.org. Passport Bros is a private community of men who are either living outside of the country, dating outside of the country, or interested in learning more on how to do so. The admin only lets in a certain caliber of men in the community, but you can fill out an application at PassportBros.org. Again, that is PassportBros.org. The link is in the description.
Give me my body count is the quickest way to talk yourself off some coochie, because I absolutely am not giving it to you after you ask it. And this weird obsession with having a low number doesn't make sense to me, because like I said before, at the end of the day, do you want a surgeon who's only done one surgery? Nope. No, you don't. You want a surgeon with experience. Yes or no? So when you ask these women what's their body count, you're looking for someone who has a low one, and then all you're going to do is run back and tell your homies about how she can't suck dick, how she can't arch her back, how she can't do X, Y, and Z. Why? When you can have a woman who knows what she's doing is going to be able to please.
If you are a young virgin who happened to stumble across this video, please do yourself a favor and do not listen to the foolishness coming out of this woman's mouth. To compare the skill set of a surgeon whose occupation it is to save lives, which needs practice, of course, but to that of a loose woman who can't keep her legs closed for the sake of experience? Now that's insane. You might not believe it, but there are men out here who actually believe in purity over your skills in bed. You out here flexing having a high body count, but at the end of the day, you just damage goods. Because who really wants a car with 100,000 miles on it? Who really wants a woman that everybody done touched and been with? You know how much of a flex it is to say, oh yeah, I saved myself for my husband? How many people you know who have done that in this generation? You learn your spouse as God intended when you get married. But ain't nothing out there but STDs and ST demons. The real flex is no body count.
There is no difference between having sex with 36 men and having sex with one man 36 times.
Bruh. You stupid.
Y'all will say anything on the internet. I'm convinced. Y'all will say anything on the internet. You meaning to tell me you can't see the difference between possibly getting pregnant and having to tell a man, look, we're about to be parents, or you having sex with 36 different men and ending up like...
This is Marisol. And this will be Marisol's 9th time on our show.
Or Lord forbid there's STDs involved. And your doctor's like, can you write down the name and contact information of the person who you've been active with? And we can get them in here and get them cured. You think there's no difference in your response being, I know exactly who gave me this and I'm pissed. And I mean, I can write down who I've been sexually active with, Doc, but I'm gonna need another sheet of paper. As you can see, it is very easy to prove this statement wrong, but it doesn't surprise me that someone would make this statement. And it's not because I think that they're looking for attention or they're trolling. I can see somebody really believing this statement because we live in a time where it's not okay to shame hoes. And I'm fine with that because I love me some hoes. I just don't like how it's cool to constantly tell men what being a man is. It seems like it's so much easier to tell a man what a man should be than to tell a hoe to stop being a hoe. And that is never more evident than in this video right here.
Bro, nah, bro.
Vaughn, listen. If you love these babies, these babies, you're gonna stay the same. You're not gonna change. Do you understand that? You're gonna be a man and you're gonna do what you've been doing. That's that. Okay? There's no need to fold. You've been in their life since day one. Come on. Come on.
A woman sees her teenage son falling completely apart, breaking down, finding out that the children he's been taking care of is not his. And does she look at the woman and say, how could you do this to my son? You could have changed his life forever due to this lie just because you wanted to be a hoe. Nah, she looks at her son and says, these aren't your children, but you're going to take care of them because that's what a man is supposed to do. Because it's much easier to tell your son who's completely broken that he should be a man and take care of responsibilities that's not his than to tell this little girl, you a hoe. And that's okay. Keep your whole ass away from my son. Now to be a man, you have to continue to take care of children that's not yours, that you were lied to about. You can't order appetizers. Oh my God, you can't order dessert and birthday dinners. Nah, that's out of the question. What kind of man does that? And you can't smoke hookah, which wasn't even a woman who said that. It was a named Saucy. I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, smoking was considered masculine, was it not? The only advertisements I ever saw for smoking was the Marlboro Man, who was a cowboy, and Joe Camel, who was on a motorcycle. They directly tied cigarettes to masculinity. When did it become feminine to smoke? Colognes use smoke and leather and wood in their scents. I've never seen a perfume anywhere that smelled anything like that. Don't smoke hookah though. But you can wear makeup and fake lashes and a lace front wig, women's clothing, and go get a BBL to top it off. Hey, that's what a man would do.
And I'm pulling up to your mama house to fight your sister, bitch.
When did it become okay for a man to physically threaten a woman? You hear the crowd cheer after he said that? What, do the rules change because this a BBL? I know if the baby had said that, then everybody would be in the uproar. Chris Brown got into a dispute with his girlfriend 14 years ago, and people still hate him. But the nigga in the makeup gets to beat up your sister at your mama house? Don't nobody know what they want men to be anymore.
I think it's childish to even bring up body count. Like, I just think that it's not important. As long as you were being safe in the past.
Right. You don't think it's important. So you would tell your daughter that her body count don't matter? Whoa. Damn. So now it's important. Like, you see how it works? I don't want to talk about me, but no, my daughter.
I think that my daughter should know that her body is a temple and that she should only give her body to someone that respects, loves her, and gives her the care that she needs.
Look at this bullshit right here. She says men can have 1,000,001 bodies, but if a woman has one, it's the end of the world for her in a man's eyes. Double standards are real. You know, ladies, here's what you need to understand, okay? You're not a man. You can be dead fucking broke, and a man who's a millionaire will come and pick you up off your face for no other reason than you know how to shut up and you got a nice ass. That ain't happening for men. It's a double standard. We accept it. It's not a big deal. Fuck it. Right? Even though most of us ain't millionaires. So it's not like we benefit from that. Okay? You guys want somebody who was taller, stronger, smarter, more ambitious, has more resources, willing to fight, knows what to do, all of this shit. That's what you ladies want. You want somebody bigger, stronger, smarter, faster, more resources than you. We don't require that shit of you. We don't. We don't care. And if we did require you to be our equals, then most of you would not have a man. Because the men that are your equals are not the men you want. The men who earn as much money as you do are not the men you want. The men who are as tall as you are not the men you want. So, with that being said, I don't want to hear shit about double standards. You just don't like the ones that don't benefit you. And the way this one doesn't benefit you is that it doesn't allow you to be a hoe. You don't get to be a hoe. You can be a total loser in every other facet of your life. And if you know how to shut up and help somebody, follow instructions, and you sitting on a nice ass, then you gonna be all right. A man's got to go out and make something of himself. Women, you go out and make something of yourself. Guess what? We're telling you very clearly we don't give a shit. So you make something of yourself or not, if you don't take care of your body and you're not attractive and you ain't easy to get along with, we don't give a shit. So this complaining about double standards needs to stop. We are not the same. We are different. We're never going to be the same. So ladies, get over it. We don't give a shit. It's never going to change. Men who want to give a meaningful commitment to a woman, One of the things we look at to figure out if you're going to be a good wife is whether or not you gave your poo nanny away to everybody. And if you gave your poo nanny away because he's 6'3", or he's got good money, or it's a vibe, or because you were on vacation, or whatever, right? You didn't give it away to a person who gave you a meaningful commitment in a relationship. You gave it away to some dude that's a random because you like something about him. Then we don't think you're going to be loyal wives. We think that while we're married, if you go through problems with us, you're going to give it away to some random dude that checks your old hoe boxes. That's why we don't want you. We don't think that you're going to be good mothers to our children, right? We look at that as an indicator of your character. And you don't have to agree with that. You might think it's bullshit. You might think it's unfair. You can think whatever the hell you want about it. Guess what? It's not going to change, because you have all the access to sex you want. You can walk out your door. If you can stand upright and walk out your front door, you can find somebody who wants to bury their bone in your yard. And if you have access to something like sex and you do it with anybody and everybody, it does say something about you. It does. It means you have no character. It means you have no self-control. It means you don't respect yourself, and it means you don't value yourself. And guess what else it means? It means men who have their shit together won't want you for a wife. Have a good day.
So let's deal with this bullshit. You say it's deeper than double standards. Women can't have high body counts without men. We help create the problem. All right, so here's what you're not thinking about, young man. All right, if you go on and you look at the data about who women pick, women are only fucking 1 out of 10 men. 1 to 2 out of 10 guys are the ones that these chicks are running their body counts up with. The vast majority of men are completely invisible to women. They have absolutely no interest in them. So it's not appropriate to lay at the feet of men that women want to all get passed around by the same 20 guys out of 100. That's inappropriate. It's called personal responsibility. If you're a woman, it's your choice who you fuck and who you don't. If you fuck, if you don't. When you fuck, when you don't. And if you as a woman are getting passed around the VIP section, or, you know, dealing with a handful of dudes, all of you and your friends are getting passed around by a handful of dudes, which is where the body count is coming from. These chicks are fucking random men, but these random men get to fuck all the chicks, right? So you can't, it's inappropriate to lay that at the feet of men in general. So you guys that want to put a cape on and try to come to the women's defense and see it from their side, but you're not actually thinking through what's happening, you know, you should think more about it. I'm not going to tell you to shut the fuck up. That was my first, you know, knee-jerk reaction, was like, man, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. But instead, respectfully, you should think more through it, okay? They're only screwing a small percentage of the men. So you can't lay the problem at the feet of men in general. The majority of women that are out here fucking, that's why it's a small percentage of guys who are multiple baby daddies. One dude, 9 baby mamas, right? One guy, 9 baby mamas. That's because the average guy isn't getting anybody, and one guy is fucking 20 girls and he's getting 9 of them pregnant, right? So you can't lay problems like this at the feet of the average man. He has nothing to do with running up the body count of chicks. The average guy is not getting pussy like that, bro. He's not. He doesn't have access to women like that. He doesn't. The average guy, which is fucking 80% of men, has nothing to do with running up the body count of Instagram models and strippers and OnlyFans models and hot girl summer and all of that shit. Think about it, bro. I know you want to put the cape on and simp, but think about it.